Uncle Jojo, warm cheek up to another ripper of an episode. Recently we did a video on off-gassing materials in your home and looking out for chemical bases in any of your building products on site. Let's just touch on base on that again. VOC, volatile organic compound. Think at work, at talk, at everybody. Really important that we think about the materials and the chemical bases that we are bringing into our home. One really big thing that I do is I make sure that I try and use as many raw products as possible. Not always possible to do in a home, but wherever we can, that's what we try and use. If you've watched some of my videos on fit outs and things like that through a house, you'll notice that I very rarely will ever use a particle board or an MDF. They've both got formaldehyde or benzene bonding agents in them. Bonding is in holding them together. So what I try and use is pine, hardwood, skirts and arcs. And yes, it does cost a lot more, but at the end of the day, that's the kind of chemicals I want in my home. Natural products that store carbon rather than unnatural products that put out harmful VOCs and they off-gas. Here you can see I've got a floorboard and we've got, here's what I prepared earlier. Here we've got a floorboard. It is solid timber. It's a black wood, and you can see here I've put the glue on the bottom of it. Now, this is a specially made floor glue. We use it on our floors all the time. It's a great product, and when it's installed, it's really hard to get off. It goes off really well and hard, and it's hard to get it off the floor, which is what we want. We want to build homes that last the testament of time. The one thing that we have to be careful of though is the chemicals that go into the actual glue itself. And this has got 10 to 15% benzene. Now I'm not sure if you're familiar with benzene, but you need to be very careful of it. Our skins as human beings, our skins are the biggest organ we have in our body, and it's over the entire thing. I can't tell you how many people I see that use glues that have got high benzene or formaldehyde in them, and they're everywhere. They're on their arms and over their skins or wherever else. And then the worst part is if it gets on your hands and you go to eat lunch or you drive on the steering wheel, those chemical bases go all over those things, in your mouth, on the steering wheel, whatever else. So be really careful of them and think about the people that are moving into the home. Now, what I mean by that is, think about the people that are moving into their home or the home that you're working on. Quite often we do renos extensions and people are living in the home as we're working. So we're very careful of the materials that we use and how we use them. But materials also off-gas or they off-breathe over a long period of time or breathe out. So just carbon base. This is a chemical base, so it's a human base breathe out, which is not very good for the atmosphere around it. There's a couple of ways that we can combat that. One of them is to use as many natural products as possible, so raw board. We don't want to use formaldehydes if we can, so watch out for engineered boards, benzene products, so MDFs, all of those kind of things. Watch out for those products. Then we want to be introducing into the home things such as greenery. So there are plants that we can have that don't take too much maintenance to keep up to date or to keep healthy, and they'll keep your environment healthy. So think about that, and it's easy to put one on a bookshelf or somewhere that's easy to just give a little bit of water here and there, and you will reap the benefits from that. Certain materials will off-gas for a long period of time. Some materials will off-gas for a very short period of time, just depending on where those materials are and the chemical base in them. I hear quite often people heat their homes up to allow materials to off-gas for a very short period of time, and that you need to get the home up to about 25 degrees or hotter, and then all the materials will off-gas. It's redonkulous. The worst part about that is, number one, you're wasting resources and your money, and secondly, it doesn't make the material off gas completely, and it's not better for the atmosphere or the environment that it's in. The best thing you can do is clean air purification. Cross-air ventilation or leaving the windows and doors open, that's great. What I talked about before about greenery in the home, that's another great way. An air purifier, there's another way. So think about those and make sure you use that way as much as you can, the natural ways. And use as many raw products as I said before. If you've got questions or queries about any of that, flick it over and I'll answer it for you best I can, whenever I can. Thanks for watching, and like always, stay unreal banana pure lol. See you in the soup.